Hello and welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be doing some 1+1 summons for anyone who wants me to do them, but we will kick things off with my own, which I normally finish on my own, like summons, but we're going to actually start on my own summons. And you can see I've got 73 rare summons. Hopefully we don't start eating into the diamonds. I want to save diamonds for all the characters that are going to be coming out in the future. There's a content creator diamonds obviously accumulated over a vast amount of time. I'm going to just kick things off. Like I say, hopefully we get the legendary nice and early. I don't want to go too deep. I think I'm like straight off of the last legendary really, so we could have to dive into the diamonds a little bit. I've been doing the single pulls for the events that have been going on, obviously. Getting my, the knives and the cogs and stuff like that. We haven't even got an epic yet. Not even an epic. Nothing but text. I'll get some diamonds back. There we go. I didn't actually see the epics in this. There probably is not a new one. They did say they would be introducing some new epics over this year, which they've kind of kept to the promise of. Deimos. Let me just see who the promoteds are. The promoted. There's no promoted epics in 1+1. That's right. It's a shame you don't get any kind of boost to epics at all. Yeah, that's that. Okay, we've got everything done here. We shall continue. Another epic. In terms of who I'm hoping for, I'm hoping for a Lord. I'm gonna go straight out and say I want to get a Lord. Toreador would be great. Getting some awakenings on Toreador. I'm using him quite a lot. Other than that, I don't think there's any awakening that I've really got my eyes out on. Maybe, I can't remember her name. She's the melee cultist that does not back. I didn't get her for a longest time, and I finally did get her. And I've skilled her up recently because she's part of my Conqueror team now, and she obviously secures me triple S quite nicely. Maybe some awakenings on her would be good, because I only have her A0. My first Valeria, my first Valkyria, you know, maybe. I'm being told that character is called Magda, that's it, Magda. We're going to have to start diving into the diamonds. I think I've done around about 80 summons. 80, this is into 90. And I think I was maybe 10 or 20 in, so we might have to go a little ways. We are not getting much epic fortune, but I don't think there's a summoning event on this weekend. You know, so it's I was like, am I going to get all the blues? There is a rival of heroes, but that isn't as big a deal as the actual event itself. We have to get tons of points to get the epic skill crystals and the legendary skill crystals. Well, we're getting taxed through the roof. I better get something crazy there, this one. I wouldn't actually mind a Valeria Valkyria, the double Vals in my 1+1. I've never got either of them. It'd be nice. Okay, we do get an epic. I'd say we're about 30 away from getting this character max. Tazira did seem a bit rarer randomly. But she, I think they have said they've equalized the character odds. You can check it in the obtainable thing. If you go in here, you can check it in here in terms of, like, it says when there's no rate up or pity triggered, the above heroes will share the base drop rate equally. Each hero's drop rate is basically it's divided by the same amount, so every single character has the same rarity. I wouldn't mind more like Beatrix as well, actually. I think I have her A1 though, which is pretty good. She did get quite a big buff. If you've got a Beatrix and you haven't really looked at her since you pull her, I don't blame you, but she's really, really powerful now. Real powerful. Okay, we should be on it. There we go. Who are we gonna get? New characters. New characters would be nice. Awakenings on good characters. Who's the first one? Okay, I'll take a Twyla. I think this is... It's not my first. I'm not exactly sure what this is. A1 maybe? I'm not too sure. The video animation took ages, so. She did recently get a new skin. I did not get the new skin. I did not get the new skin. There we go. It is not new, as you can see. But she is a pretty good character. I will take that. Who's the second character going to be? That is an Artemis, who, again, is not new, but I'll take that. I use Artemis. And I think maybe his usage in the new GR1 stages will be pretty good. Let me just see what awakenings I'm going to be getting those characters to. I don't think it's anything too crazy. First, we have Artemis. And Artemis is A1. I think that's where he gets crit rate base. During the ultimate increases crit rate. So like you can build him with less crit. And then you can get him 100% crit when he does his ult. And he only does damage when he does his ult. So that is pretty legit. And the other character I got was a Nightmare character in Twilight, who I think is A1 too. She is indeed. And A1 is, after triggering the ultimate 4 times, increases every single instance of the range blade damage by 30%. So it just basically means a damage increase. And this means in boss content, she's going to be better. I think she's meant to be really good with awakenings in Semra because of things like this. Like, she just effectively gets a perma buff after being in the fight for a long amount of time, and that's a long fight anyway. So yeah, I'm not too unhappy about that. No new characters. The Vals will have to wait. Valkyria and Valeria will have to wait. But that's my 1+1. And yeah, like I said, I'm not too mad. Okay, now we have some more summons. We are moving on to Parko's account on the 1+1. He says he's a little bit into pity, so this might not take the greatest amount of time. So like 30, 60, 90, about 95 or so, something like that. 94, 95 with the singles that we saw as well. So we're looking at like 80 to 90 summons max, but obviously if we don't get into the diamonds, it would be nice. Try and use as little summons as possible for Parko. He does want a Beelzebub. He was very fortunate to get Torador recently. He took Eloin out of his legendary pack, so his focus on what the characters he wants has moved on to Beelzebub, who is a pretty good character. Obviously, have had a bit of a come up with the release of new content. The new oh, we get a Lunaria. The new codex we get early, 30 summons. The new codex does not require him, but it doesn't make it very easy. So we'll see what we're gonna get. Very early on, 30 summons. Constance, first Constance is good. She is like the melee version of Dolores, so very nice. I do not believe that Parko has Praetus. I think he has Ingrid. But would obviously be able to use it in the Ingrid team. It's pretty decent. Who's the +1? It's Crodor, and that isn't a new character. So it is a dupe. Crodor was an event character back in the day. He looks so good. Like he's definitely the troll. But yeah, he is actually going to be in the Vines like randomly tomorrow. Definitely wouldn't pull for that. But I'm guessing this is going to be an A1. We will check. We didn't have to go too far either. So he's still on the. He's still got the rares, summons, which is nice. 30 summons. We'll just check what his Crodor has become. Let's jump to Northerners. Crodor. He's really good for he is really good for the tank codex. When gaining shield strength increases by 20%. So he gains more, powerful shield, which isn't terrible for a tank. Defense, basic attack restores an additional fit. I mean, that's not too bad either. His awakenings don't seem like crazy bad, but he's pretty much only useful in like 1 or 2 areas of the game. Constance is a bit more useful. She's good in Semra. She's good in basically anything that could have a ground unit that does damage, like damage boost. But that's going to be it for this little video, guys. Thank you very much to Parko for letting me do his little summons. A bit of a quiet weekend, of course, on the summons, but that's the way it is. Future summoning videos will probably be a bit more extensive, but thank you very much for tuning into this video, and I will see you in the next one.